Jack vs Hanayama has officially begun in Baki Ryan. This time we are getting something different however. An all-out fight in the street for 5 minutes. Jack was the first one to charge but faced the monstrous punch from the Yakuza, seemingly landing directly on the cyborg. But the result is something we will not know until the 10th of April. Yes, we are once again going on a break. But there are some possibilities we need to discuss. We could very well have a similar situation to when Sukune landed a strike on Jack, the taking of the finger simultaneously. A very wild scene at the time, something I believe is very possible to occur once again, particularly when Jack said this in the previous chapter to Yujiro. I'll take that clenched fist of his and I'll crush it in between my teeth. This is exactly what Hanayama did here, his almighty punch directly at Jack's face, so that is a very high possibility, highlighting that Jack is indeed going for the bite here for this fight, something previously we weren't too sure about. Alongside this being a fight with both going all out in the street, a true brawl, Hanayama's specialty throughout the series, and something that has resulted in some of the best fights we've ever seen throughout the entire story of Baki. For example, remember Hanayama vs Beck in the street, Hanayama vs Musashi Miyamoto once again in the street. Even the most legendary fight we've ever gotten, Baki vs Yujiro, was pretty much in the street outside of the underground arena. The greatness of the Baki pull-up fights is once again occurring. And if we're talking about the underground arena, that's mostly Baki Hanma's thing as he's the champion since the early days, not really the other characters, and has low-key been a missing aspect of current Jack, considering a lot of his focus has been on the underground arena, wanting a crowd to see these victories and soak up the chants after he claims the dub. But a brawl is exactly what I need. Bring us back to the old days of Jack Hanma. Remember when Ali Jr. tried pulling up on the cyborg and got absolutely destroyed in this random sewage place wherever it was? Or during the prisoner arc with Sikorsky, having that crazy bathroom fight? Peak fights and moments for Jack during the early days, and something we haven't got in a long time. Even Jack vs Motorbay was in the street. Another great fight, all things considered. So this one is definitely going to be a banger. Hopefully it gives us some justice due to the unfortunate circumstances surrounding Jack vs Pickle's third fight. Something that we get confirmed here has seemingly left permanent scars on the Hanma, but going into this fight against Hanayama, he is confirmed to be fully recovered. Additionally, if we're speaking about Pickle, make sure to check out this video I released a few days ago, breaking down every fight between him and the Hanma, with us finally getting some updated and better translations for the original Jack vs Pickle fights, revealing the truth about certain lines and some aspects connecting to what happened in Baki Ryan. A very important video to check out, alongside my full breakdown of the third match, and potentially a upcoming video about a fourth clash between these two. Make sure to stay tuned for that. But let's break down Baki Ryan chapter 42. We are now quite a bit of chapters deep into Baki Ryan, with a few fights being concluded, but not anyone Jack has officially called out before the start of this manga. This includes Hanayama, who us as a fandom have wanted to face Jack for likely many years, likely since you first became a Baki fan. Whether it was the manga, the old anime, or when Netflix started adapting it, many people have been discussing the possibility of this fight, and now it has officially begun. All the setup has concluded. A conversation between Baki and Hanayama, where Baki wants the Yakuza to defeat Jack. Chapters dedicated to Yujiro building up the Yakuza and explaining to Jack how dangerous he truly is, highlighting once again that Hanayama may be like top 2, top 3 out of characters in the Baki world the ogre actually respects. Pretty wild stuff. And Jack is going for the dub no matter what. 100% serious, using everything at his disposal, as he now views Hanayama as a threat and someone he absolutely wants to fight, with both of them being highlighted as excited for this, with Jack taking extra medicines, you can say, to increase the speed of the healing from the pickle fight, so he's 100% ready as soon as possible. Alongside Hanayama actually delivering Jack food in a previous chapter to ensure the cyborg is 100% in top condition, with confirmation that this is indeed going to be a brawl. Hanayama has never really been a fan of the underground, hasn't had too many fights down there, only during the maximum tournament, where as you know he had the unfortunate showing, which tends to occur throughout the entire Baki series, Hanayama going up and down in betrayal. But definitely right now, with the glaze from Yujiro in the previous chapter, he's stocked at the highest end, which is crazy considering he was destroyed by Hanada previously in Baki Rahen around chapter 7 or 8 I believe, highlighting how bro can go from god tier to low key fodder within like 20 chapters. The casual manner of Hanayama, who likely does not train and is naturally built different, gets stronger when he wants, with various people in the free to join Discord down below comparing the Yakuza to the likes of Pickle, particularly when it comes to aura farming. He wields immense aura in his own regard, but sometimes he's absolutely fodder and mostly relies on the farming of this goated stuff regardless. But coming back to Jack, I've seen some people say that this panel of him looks very similar to the likes of Yujiro. Let me know your thoughts on that. I kinda see it, and you could say due to their various interactions with Jack actually calling the ogre father, he is becoming more like him to some degree, but as you know, the ogre is still an absolute monster, and Jack has no respect for him by any means, and still wants to kill him all things considered, but we're just getting that subtle and slow build up throughout the entire arc, until the final, which is likely going to be Jack vs Yujiro. But this is the next step Jack is required to overcome to pretty much prove to Yujiro whether or not he's ready. But with that said as well, I'm still very surprised Yujiro hasn't mentioned what happened between Jack and Pickle, and how Yujiro still hasn't had a proper fight against the Dino Boy, considering the excitement he showed in the past. And even when Pickle pulled up during the father-son fight, the ogre claimed he's been thinking about this immensely, so why hasn't he pulled up on Pickle to have a fight? Very strange stuff all things considered. But speaking about this fight, my prediction going into it, considering this is the Jack arc and pretty much the power scaling with Jack being a major counter to Hanayama with his Gyado, I do think he's going to win, but the 5-minute time frame, or at least the 5 minutes they have until the police come, even though the police kinda bowed down to Hanayama as we saw during the Masashi Miyamoto arc, so if it is going to go longer than that, I doubt they're gonna really do anything. But I do wonder if any other Baki characters are going to be watching. We know the ultimate goon, the instigator Tokigawa, wanted them to fight in the underground, but as we know, regardless of a fight occurring in the underground or a random street, bro's gonna be somewhere watching no matter what. I'm guessing Yujiro is likely going to be around due to him pretty much being the main person setting up the build up for this fight, all things considered, and him pulling up out of nowhere to Baki's room for the sole purpose of talking about Hanayama, and low-key making sure Jack is serious when going into it. So all things considered, I am beyond excited. My bet's on the biting cyborg, but I'm hoping this fight gives us some greatness. Drop your predictions and thoughts down below. And with that, I hope you enjoyed. Shout out to these members, the absolute mad lads. Consider becoming one yourselves and get access to all this additional content and much more stuff coming soon. That's it guys, peace.